is Scott and welcome again to another guitar lesson, tutorial, whatever you want to call it. And this is another Rainbow song featuring Ritchie Blackmore, and this is Can't Happen Here from the Difficult to Cure album from 1981. Really good album with a great singer, and this is like the more kind of, let's say, commercial sounding Rainbow than the Ronnie James Dio version. Okay, so you just heard me play the riff, the main riff. Let's just break that down a little bit. It's a typical Blackmore riff. It's one of my favourites of his because it's just a bit more interesting. So he uses the fourths a lot. So, and he's playing in a usual key of his, like a G, let's say G minor, G5 key. So let's just break down the riff a bit. So, main riff, 3rd fret. A lot of his riffs work from the thumb, so he kind of keeps a thumb. So, the live version of Smoke in the Water, he started off by just doing that. But when he started to play it live, especially the Mark III version, he started to incorporate the thumb. So in between each fourth, he'd put in a bass note. Alright, does that a lot with other riffs as well. Does it with Burn. Which is a bit harder to do. And then he does the same thing with Can't Happen Here. So, main riff, starting off with the bass note under the thumb. He might hit that once, or maybe twice. So, bass note, 3rd fret, 4th and 3rd string, moves down to the 2nd fret, again alternating between the bass and the 4th, and then he pulls off to open 4th and 3rd. And then I think what he does, he hits the bass note again, the bottom G. I think it's really hard to hear it clearly in the recording. And you just saw me go up to the 5th fret, same 4th and 3rd string. You don't have to do the slide, but I noticed watching a live video of him, I think it was the Live Between the Eyes, he does that, and it has, it's more effective sounding, I think. Alright, you could do it just by, that's fine. Or you could do the slide. Alright, so let's just finish off the rest of the riff. Back to the 3rd fret. And then you got that pull off again from the 2nd. Yeah, so what he's doing there is pull off to the 3rd fret, 5th and 4th string this time. So you actually, it's like from an F chord. And then back to the 4th there at the 5th fret, 5th string, 4th string, back to G. Or G5. Alright, so the whole riff. Not quite the whole riff, but most of it. And then we're into the little, a little kind of rundown. So again, working from that thumb bass note, 4th string, 3rd fret on the F, down to the E, same string, down to the, and then pull off to a open 4th to the D, F, E, D, and then to C, we can do it with your 2nd finger or 1st finger. And then you're back to the riff again, which starts on the bass note. I did that with 2nd that time. Did you see that? You don't have to. And then the riff continues as it was. And then we end, yeah, so it's kind of ending on the G5, F5. All right, so that's the whole riff. I'll just do it one more time. And then we're into the verse. Let's have a quick look at the verse chord riff. Okay. So moving on to the verse part of the song. Richie does something here which is quite common in his songs. He likes to play lots of octave jumps. So this will be octave jumps at the 3rd fret and 5th. So we're still in the key of G, G minor-ish, and yeah, lots of this. It's very common, typical Blackmore thing. And yeah, he does it in other songs as well. I'm just trying to think of another song he does it in. Does that? That's off Long Live Rock and Roll, isn't it? Yes, and other songs he'll do that in as well. I think he used to do it in Smoke in the Water. Yeah. Yeah, in the verse part of that, you play octave jumps. So it does the same thing, same key, with Can't Happen Here. So yeah. So down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. Sorry, down, 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 up, down, 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 up. It's probably tying in with the drum beat, hitting the upper octave on the snare. Okay, and so on the G, and then down to the F, and then we end up on the C. But I think the first time he does that, instead of going down to the F, he actually goes up to the A. Yeah. Okay, so it does that the first time, And if you think about it, the A is actually part of the note, part of the chord, the triad of F major. So it's actually, he's playing the third, whereas Roger Glover is probably playing the bass note. But both of those form part of the triad of the F major chord, so it still fits in. All right, bit of theory for you there. And then from there we go up to the C. So switching to the fifth and the third. Okay, coming back to the G. Yeah. Third fret, sixth, fifth, and back to G. Okay, hope that helps. That's the verse part. And then we get into like a bridge part that takes us up to the chorus, back to the chorus. So from the C, so what he's doing there is using the same idea of, the same octave idea, but he's playing back to those fourths again. So he's just alternating between the seventh and fifth on the fourth and third string, with a D bass note, you could say. Stays there with those two fourths, but he puts in a B flat. So sixth fret, sixth string. Quite a nice little effect there. Okay, and you can hear the vocals, the harmony vocals, doing the same idea, singing that idea in fourths. All right. So coming out of the pre-chorus, we end up at a C major chord. You could play it as a bar chord, but I would do the Ritchie Blackmore way of having your thumb around the top. And yeah, you're going to play a C chord and then a C, then a C sus4 chord. All right, so you got the. All right, so straight from there up to the. So C, fourth, and then back again. And then it hangs on there for a little while before going to the actual chorus, which is the main riff. The first time, I think they just stay on the C chord. Or I think later on, it goes to a C chord and he makes a kind of a chromatic kind of rising idea. So all right. Obviously, if you played it live, it'd be different each time. All right, but you get the idea. So that's the bridge part, which takes us, let's just say it's the pre-chorus, that takes us to the chorus, which is the main riff. And it's one of those classic rainbow riffs where the vocal line is singing almost exactly the same as what the guitar line is doing. Okay, so that's the that's the verse, pre-chorus, and the chorus, which is the main riff that I played at the beginning. Let's try the intro to the guitar solo. So coming in for a super duper close-up now. Guitar solo. This is another typical Blackmore thing where, you know, obviously he's quite a spontaneous guitarist, so he'll just play what comes into his head when he's playing live, but occasionally he'll have some structure to the solo. Etc, etc. So that adds a bit of structure either at the beginning or the end of the solo, or both. And then in between, he'll just, you know, just go off and do his own thing and just improvise, be very spontaneous. But let me just show you the rehearsed, structured beginning of the solo. Another typical idea are these triplet things he does. So we've got these things here from Kill the King. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Same idea in Can't Happen Here. So this is where you're starting off. All the way through you're playing a higher D. So just have a look. So that's your first triplet. Then your second one is... So what we're actually playing here, I've just realised, so that's G major. So the first one is actually a G sus4 chord. And then you go to the G major. So first of all you got, then you go to a G minor. So G sus4, G, G minor, all the time hitting that top D. Then we're going to go to this one here, not quite sure where that chord is. So a little barre there, and then the end of that is you stay where you are there. You go to a D minor chord. All very clever. So the same barre but slightly fuller. First, second, third string, then to fourth on the D. So so far you got so that's most of that, and then we go into the little bit that runs down into the improvised solo, which starts 11th fret, second string. So you got another. It's like a minor shape chord, but it's playing a major chord. E flat. Then to D minor, C minor, then the last one is here, A flat. All right, and then the end of that, takes you into the guitar solo. So the whole of the guitar solo, nice and slow. Bit quicker. That's the lead in to the guitar solo. I'm not going to play the guitar solo because what I used to do most live was used to switch to slide guitar. So, slide, held like this. If you watch my other video, where we look at his unconventional slide guitar technique, he might, at this point in the live version of Can't Happen Here, he would switch to a slide guitar solo. So I hope that was a useful little lesson for you. Yeah, that's one of my more favourite Richie Blackmore riffs in fourths. And subscribe below and let me know if you'd like me to look at any other facets of Richie Blackmore's technique and style. And hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye.